CryptoComic compatriot. I'm Cadence.
I'm Matt. So we're going to be reviewing What If Episode 1, which is What If Captain Carter were the first Avenger.
And if you're as impatient as I am for every episode, they apparently do come out every Wednesday.
Yeah. Comic Book Wednesday! All right, if you have not seen it yet, there will be spoilers ahead. So go watch it. It is on Disney+. Then come back so we can talk. Leave it on pause. Go watch the episode. Then come back.
And now you're back.
All right. Okay, so, yeah. It starts off basically kind of replaying the events of Captain America, the First Avenger, but there was a little bit of a twist. If you guys remember the Loki series, they broke everything, creating the multiverse. The nexus point is when Sharon Carter gets the option of going up and watching behind the glass with everybody or staying on the platform.
Yeah. As
a result, Steve Rogers gets shot. Doesn't die, but he gets shot.
I like what they did with the whole scene where you can see the moment everything changes is when they're like, "You want to go up?" And she's like, "No, I think I'm good."
So as a result, I mean, you have a whole bunch of people die, to include Colonel Chester Phillips, played by Tommy Lee Jones. So now his main role is Colonel John Flynn, played by Bradley Wilford. Peggy becomes the super soldier.
She gets a lot of crap for that, too. But at that time, it made sense.
For that era.
That era, yeah.
A lot of the scenes play out almost identical even after that. Her coming in shooting was just like Captain America coming in shooting. There was the moment where figured out powers.
Yeah, but once Tony's dad, Dominic Cooper, who's playing Tony's dad, I can't remember his name.
Howard Stark
starts getting creative. Things do change quite a bit, actually.
Mm-hmm. They still go save Bucky and the rest of the Howling Commandos. Dum Dum Dugan is back, which I wish they would have done more with that character. I love Dum Dum Dugan from the comics. I wanted to see more of him.
Is he the guy who...
He's got the bowler hat and the big old mustache.
Oh, yeah. And he was not happy to have a girl come save him. And he's like, "Oh, since today, apparently."
Well, they still play out pretty much the same, except for Howard Stark gets the Tesseract a lot sooner. As a result, he builds kind of the first Iron Man suit, which...
Oh, absolutely.
They called it the Hydra Stomper?
Yeah. I thought that was amazing. Even while watching it, I pointed it out like, "Hey, that's the first Iron Man." Great minds think alike.
This time it is Steve Rogers who gets in the suit. The one thing I was kind of sad about is the fact that they didn't bring back Chris Evans. They had Josh Keaton do the voice. He has typically voiced a lot of, like, the Flash in the DC animated series, several of them. As well as Ant-Man in several of the Marvel animated series and shorts and stuff like that. So I was kind of surprised that Chris Evans didn't come back for that. But Sebastian Stan did, of course, as Bucky Barnes. He had a lot more jokes in this one.
He did.
He wasn't as serious.
I liked to, because from what I've seen of Bucky or the Winter Soldier or whatever, he's a very serious character, but to see that side of him where he's comfortable and he's joking around and he's kind of, even in life-threatening situations, he's finding the humor of it. I thought that was like a little bit of a relief. Like, oh my goodness.
So there's the scene on the train where he's about to fall off the train, and Captain Carter at this point kind of grabs him by the arm and yanks him back up on the train. he makes the joke about, yeah, he almost ripped my arm off, and
we all know it happens.
Yeah, that was a nice Winter Soldier nod.
Yeah, it was. That was a moment both of us kind of had to pause and just laugh.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so great to see so many of them come back. Stanley Tucci, Toby Jones. I love these guys. So
Absolutely.
the Red Skull was actually played by the guy who was the Red Skull in the Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame.
He was?
Yeah. It wasn't
the original person who did the Red Skull. I remember that
in
much.
Captain America. Why
Because
can't I
everyone
remember
was
his name?
so
It
surprised
is
to see
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, that's his name. I think everyone was so surprised to be all like, "That's not the same person."
He did a really great job.
He did.
I mean, he played Red Skull in 2 movies, which was more than Hugo Weaving did. As well as
A TV
now
show.
voiced him, yeah.
Which, yeah, that's more than the other guy did.
So some things were a little different. In the end, the Tesseract didn't transport the Red Skull. It transported like this Hydra, a real Hydra.
This
so it was-
octopus thing, man.
Yeah. And
It just started growing, and I'm like, what?
which killed the Red Skull. You heard the crunches and stuff, so yeah, it killed him.
Yeah, he
and
did.
then Peggy Carter sacrifices herself to push it back into the portal. Now, when that happens, it was a portal through time, actually.
I didn't know that.
Well, it comes back at the very end of kind of the beginning of the Avengers movie, where when Loki showed up, remember Nick Fury's like, excuse me, sir, please put down the staff. It turns to, Nick Fury, played by Samuel Jackson, along with Clint Barton, played by Jeremy Renner. Like, please, ma'am, put down the sword.
Which she has a sword.
Yeah.
I thought that was very clever to give her own little thing, other than like to fully separate her.
I thought they were going to go further with it. I thought they were going to flat out give her the Excalibur sword and make her the new Captain Britain.
I like the fact that they kept her own character.
Captain Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I did appreciate that fact. I pointed this out while we were watching it, is with Captain Carter instead of Captain America, the women's rights movement would have happened long before that. So I'm curious if it's going to affect the show at all. If not, whatever. If it does, then okay.
All right. So as far as the action and stuff, did you like the difference between...
Oh, of course. I liked how, even before Tony Stark got the idea for this Iron Man, the way Howard Stark put together the Hydra Stomper would have given him somewhere to start with his design and improve on it. Who knows, the actual Iron Man suit could be so much more advanced than it is now.
I don't know exactly how they're... Because I know all of the what-ifs are not on the same world, so I don't know if it's going to
They're
get
not?
further into it.
Okay.
They might be. I don't know. We'll have to wait for
was-
episode 2.
I thought that would be like a really clever way of just kind of showing like different designs for different suits that never made it into the comic books or never made it into the movies. Just like, here's a really way more advanced suit. We never used it, so we can use it now.
All right. What about the animation style?
Oh, I loved it. It's not an animation style I come across often, like in a show that I like just casually turn on and watch. That whole thing, it was very different. It was very new for me, at least. It was something that I could really get into.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked the style. I really liked the writing and the voice.
The one thing I really, really liked about it was it starts off with the typical Marvel logo, which starts off in the comic books, kind of page flipping as the logo is coming around, and then it switches to the movies. So it's just like how it would normally start off, and then right before it starts the show, it changes to that kind of animation style, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
To kind of bring it full circle with the comics, you have Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher. We've seen the Watchers in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We had Stan Lee as an agent of the Watchers, and they're all on the moon. He's telling him a story, and they kind of turn around and walk away as you see the Guardians zipping through space. So now you have, Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher, and he starts off with the exact same dialogue from the comic books. Bravo.
See, I wouldn't have known that, but...
All right. So, let's give it a rating.
10 out of 10. I liked it.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
This coming Wednesday is What If Episode 2, which is what would happen if T'Challa became Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill.
T'Challa?
The Black Panther.
Who's becoming the Black Panther then?
Peter Quill? I don't know.
It's just completely switched. It's like...
No, we'll have to wait to see. I would love to see kind of what's going to happen. I
still want his sister.
I think Shuri.
Sorry.
I think Shuri is going to be the new Black Panther, but I don't know if they're going to get into that. I hope they do. We'll have to see episode 2 of season 1 coming out Wednesday, which is August 18th. Our review for that will be posted on the 19th, so keep an eye out for that. So if you'd like your own account with CryptoComics, go to CryptoComics.com/signup today and get your own account. It's free.
Like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.
See you in the funny pages.